What if I told you there's a legal performance enhancer that can cut nearly 2% off your 5K time? Not in months, but in 3 weeks. No altitude camp, no expensive equipment, no extra kilometers, just heat. To understand why this works, you need to know one thing about altitude training. The reason elite runners spend thousands of dollars at altitude camps is simple. Lower oxygen forces the body to produce more red blood cells and expand blood plasma volume. More blood volume means more oxygen delivery per heartbeat. Your VO2 max goes up. Post-exercise sauna triggers the same adaptation. Same result as altitude, different mechanism. Zero travel budget. This study has been sitting in the literature for nearly 20 years and almost nobody in the running community talks about it. 6 competitive runners, 3 weeks, 30 minutes in a sauna immediately after each training session. Run time to exhaustion at 5K race pace increased by 32%. Plasma volume expanded by 7%. And here's the part that makes this credible. The performance gains correlated almost perfectly with the plasma volume changes. The mechanism isn't theoretical. It showed up in the blood data. That 32% time to exhaustion gain translated to approximately a 1.9% improvement in an actual time trial. For a 20-minute 5K runner, that's about 20 seconds off your PB from sitting in a hot room. A 2021 replication at the University of Birmingham ran the same protocol on 20 middle distance runners, 3 weeks, 3 sauna sessions per week post-run. VO2 max improved by around 8%. Running speed at lactate threshold, the pace you can sustain for a long race, improved by 4%. Now, I'll be honest with you. Both studies have small sample sizes. 6 runners in Scoon, 20 in Kirby. That's worth naming. But the mechanism is well understood. The results across both studies are consistent, and a 2021 meta-analysis of 28 separate heat acclimation studies confirmed the VO2 max effect holds up. Small samples, real mechanism, replicated results. That's a solid foundation. Here's what the research actually used. 20 to 30 minutes in a dry sauna, immediately after your run. 3 to 4 times per week for at least 3 weeks. The key word is immediately. You want the heat stress on top of the exercise elevated core temperature, not hours later. Temperature matters. The Scoon study used around 90 degrees Celsius. The Kirby study pushed 101 to 108. That sounds extreme, and yes, it is at the upper end of what traditional saunas run. The reason it's tolerable is the humidity is very low, around 5 to 10%. Dry heat at 105 degrees feels less aggressive than wet heat at 70. If your gym sauna runs 85 to 90, that's sufficient. No sauna? Hot bath immersion produces the same plasma volume response. The adaptation comes from the heat, not the room. A 2025 systematic review looked at post-exercise heat exposure across the full literature and found something worth knowing. No consistent VO2 max benefit was found in cycling studies. The running data held up, but the effect isn't universal across all endurance sports. What that tells us is the adaptation is real for runners specifically, and the effect size depends on how untrained your cardiovascular system already is. If you're a recreational runner, which describes most people watching this, your adaptive ceiling is high. Elite athletes closer to their physiological limit see smaller gains. This isn't a magic protocol, it's an evidence-based one with a clear mechanism and honest limitations. Altitude training works because of blood volume. Post-exercise sauna works for the same reason. The only difference is one costs thousands of dollars and 3 weeks of your life, and one costs nothing after your next run. 3 weeks, 30 minutes, that's the ask. If you want to understand what your VO2 max actually predicts about your lifespan, not just your race times, that video is linked above.